All right, winter is in the air. There's snow actually in some places, which actually makes the whole prospect of ice fishing feel kind of real, like it's actually coming somewhat soon. And let's jump into a little ice fishing adventure that we had last year, me and Brad Hawthorne out on Lake of the Woods. We caught a bunch of fish. We're gonna show a few of those fish here in this video, and Brad's gonna share a few tips. So without further ado, let's jump right in.
Feels really walleye-esque, Nick. Look at that! Look what's in that mouth, baby. That right there is the new tungsten buckshot right there. And that's one of my favorite colors. And there's proof in the pudding. You know what I love about Northland is we always get these new spoons and new lures like a year or two ahead of time to test them out. And we absolutely love the buckshot platform. Like, there is a good look at it. That super large brass rattle chamber in there, and bingo bango, man. That's what puts these beautiful walleyes up on the ice. Now the trick to the tungsten is you can really smash that rattle. Just clack, 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 clack. It's a great bait for smashing on the bottom, for jigging really high too, because I jigged, this one's about 4 feet off the bottom. I'm just rattling that and rattling it, and bang, this guy came in and popped it. So, you know, the one thing to remember with the tungsten lures is, you notice it got a little bit of slush in the hole right there. You don't have to clean your hole out a lot. These tungsten spoons will go right through 3, 4, 5, 6 inches of slush. It's like just throwing a giant chunk of metal through it, just rockets through it. So next time you're at your retailer, check out all the new tungsten options, spoon options from Northland Tackle, man. I know you're gonna love them.
All right, next up, I'm actually gonna talk a little bit about color. It's not a topic I talk about a lot, but I'm gonna address it here in this next segment. Here we go.
Well, I thought you wanted to talk about the nicest. What are you doing?
The nicest place is Lake of the Woods. This one's little. Don't worry about it.
Nick!
Oh, there we go. Actually, not too bad. That's almost your ideal eater size. That one right there. On the old tungsten buckshot in gold. And check out that little guy. It's not a giant, but I mean that is of the eater quality. I got to keep up with Brad's sizes. Unfortunately, I'm falling behind, but yeah, that was a cool one. So this is one of those deals where I really, when it comes to color can, oh, there's another one down there, of course. Color can be kind of lake specific, and it's not something that I like to necessarily focus on or harp on too much in these videos. But man, you know what? Right now we're on Lake of the Woods because the walleye season is closed, and the vast majority of the other places that are close to home. And gold is an excellent color on Lake of the Woods. Right now Brad is using, he doesn't have a metallic color like I do. Some of these metallic colors can be really cool, but he's actually got glow. He's got more of a green color. So it kind of just, it depends on the fishery. You know, back home, the pinks can be really good out of Mille Lacs. Green, white is good just about anywhere. So anyway, you know, it's not a topic that I think is extremely important, but I have seen days where it's like, man, if you're out there and you had red on, you were killing everybody. Upper Red Lake is like notoriously a lake that's really, really good for using red, color red. I got one looking. Yeah, there's a few fish swimming around up here, so hopefully we can poke a few more for you. But color is something to think about. I like to have a few different colors, whether it's metallics or greens or blues or reds. Blues are really underrated. Ooh, here comes another one. But it's not a topic that I would say is like extremely important. So if you're not getting bit and your buddy's getting bit like crazy, first change the type of presentation you have on, and after that you may have to follow suit with color. Now, one thing that's great about spoons, just in general, whether it's tungsten, lead, or anything like that, is they're just great all-around fish catching baits. You can catch anything from walleyes to pike to bass to trout to panfish, right down the line. Spoons are awesome. So now I'm gonna throw it to Brad. He's gonna catch another fish that, I guess, spoiler alert, that's not a walleye.
Nick. Dude, I had those rattles just clanging and banging. Then they're boom, boom, boom. And like my lure, holy cow, this might be another. I hope it's a big walleye. I don't think it is though. Whoa! Look at that guy. Come here. Look at there. Talk about fun. Just a big old brownie, man. And again, super simple approach. Just using the tungsten buckshot and had that rattle clanging and banging. It's got you a big old brown bass. These guys are so much fun through the ice. I just love them. But the one thing about them though, they're such a precious fish. You want to get them back in the water, and like this guy here is probably close to 12 to 14 years old. So get him back in the water, and this guy's got a taste for tungsten, man. I forgot how fun brownies can be through the ice, man. I mean, that thing was just dogging me about 5 feet down. Man. Let me see if I can get another one. It's super cool whenever you drop your spoon down and you see 2 or 3 fish fluttering after it. You know, it gets you charged up before you even activate your bail. You know, before you even contact your lure. But remember that, like tungsten, it's especially tungsten with rattle. It's all about the clanging and banging. Get that down there, stop that lure, start shaking it. It's gonna be the loudest thing down there. The other thing to remember about your jigging action with tungsten is it's so much faster. You jig it the way the lure comes up and down about twice as fast as any normal lure, and it's not just the weight of it, it's the profile. So it's got a smaller profile and it's heavier, so it falls and rises about twice as fast as any other spoon. So even lead versus tungsten, it's a completely different action. So if you have the choice, sometimes you'll notice where a normal buckshot will outperform tungsten and vice versa. So it pays to have both in your tackle box. Dude, we're whacking them. I can't tell now. Now I'm all nervous that I got a 7, 8, 9 pound walleye on. See, that one's just heavy. Just heavy. That's another one. Look at that. Come here. Dude, these are just all super chunkos. Like, just big old brownies. Man, I haven't been on a good brownie bite in the winter in a couple years, man. And it's super cool to catch them because they just fight the whole way up. And they're cool fish. You know, you get them down there, you get 2 or 3 of these guys competing. They almost compete just like crappie. You know, you get 2 or 3 of them running at you. And when you can cash in on 3, 4, 5 pound fish like this, it's just absolutely awesome. But as again, these guys, people think that all bass grow at the same rate. These guys are old, like over 10 years old. So I try to take care of them, get them back in the water, and hopefully they fight again for another day. Dude, it's so much fun.
Anytime I'm going to Lake of the Woods, for me, there's a few different species that I'm looking to catch. So first of all, there's the walleye and the bass that we've already shown earlier. There's a few other species, and we're gonna wrap this video off with one of them. I'm gonna kind of leave this one a surprise, but as the fight goes on, maybe you guys should think about maybe what you'd guess it is. So without further ado, I'll throw it off to Brad. We got one last fish in this video.
Dude, what a fun day fishing. Like, just clacking these tungsten buckshots. If that's a walleye, it's gonna be a whopper. And just fishing humps, man. That's all you're doing. Fishing humps, banging these things off the bottom, having a good time, bantering back and forth with each other. Hopefully I won't lose this one on the bottom of the ice like I did the last one. This feels chunky. Dude, I just love fighting fish. I don't care if it's summer or winter. What do we got? Let me see some color. That's got to be a smallmouth.
If it's not, it's got a good attitude.
Yeah, it's got the right attitude for sure. This is a big fish. Holy cow! Jeez.
It almost makes me think it's not a smallmouth. You know what I mean? Where it's got like...
Yeah, it might not be.
Like a really big walleye or a pike.
Dude, what a way to end the season. Whenever you just yeah, he didn't like coming all the way up on that water column at all. Maybe let's see if we can land him now. This is where it gets.
Where are we fishing, Brad?
Well, we are up at Crawford's camp here. We're having a blast, by the way, and we've caught a little bit of everything today. We caught walleye, we caught smallmouth, and all in all, we're just bouncing around in snowmobiles, fishing humps, and we're having a fun time. Like, pick out your high spots on the map and go fish them. And if you're not marking fish, the spots are so close together. Like, you can hit, I mean, just in this little section of lake, Nick and I hit like 7 or 8 spots in 4 hours. And just, we shrank the water down. This is a bigger fish. I think I might have a trout.
Oh, I suppose it could be a trout.
That's a trout. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is trout. Yeah, that's more troutish. It's hard to tell.
I suppose there could be it could be a trout in theory. That is
If
something.
it's a smallmouth, I mean, we're knocking on the door of 6 pounds, at least north of 5. I'm thinking more trout. That's, I mean.
Well, I haven't seen any air bubbles yet.
No,
Ooh, it's big.
With its big white belly, and it doesn't like you pointing that cell phone at him.
Ooh, it is a
trout.
laker. You're right. You called it.
Oh, come here! Don't come off. Oh, there we go. What a fun fight, man. Like, these guys, like, you come up to Crawford's camp, come up here to Lake of the Woods like this, and that guy was a solid 5-minute fight again, and he had a taste for tungsten right there. And, like, where else are you gonna go this time of year and catch 3 or 4 different species in one day? I mean, absolutely just fun. Proof in the pudding. Come on up here, catch a bunch of fish. It's super easy to fish up here. Get a map from Crawford's, bounce around, and just catch 3 or 4 different species throughout the day. I can't look at that. I cannot believe that didn't get off. I mean, he's
Just got him right by the nose.
yeah, he just beaked it. Oh, that was super fun fight. So we were sitting here debating if it was smallmouth or pike, and it never crossed our mind that we're fishing like the lake trout capital of the world right here. All right. See you later, Mr. Trout. Super awesome.
They never don't have a good attitude.
Oh, I was like, after the 3rd time he ran, I'm thinking this is troutish.
All right, that's about all we got for you in this video. Special thanks to Brad for sharing a bunch of good information. Hopefully you enjoyed this video with some of the fish catching action, showing off Northland's new tungsten buckshot jig as well. If you enjoyed this video and you learned something, make sure to hit that little red subscribe button down below because we have a lot more awesome content coming in the future. Winter is officially here and we will see you in the next video.